Hey everybody, Liam here, hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back to a brand new episode of MetroMania. For those who aren't aware, MetroMania is an ongoing 16 Pokemon Metronome-only double battle tournament to determine the MetroMania Champion, and this season is all about Pokemon from the Galar region. If you're already a fan of MetroMania and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button. Let's go for 1,000 likes on this episode of MetroMania and share it with all your friends. Hit subscribe as well so you never miss an episode. And of course, don't forget, use code ACE to save yourself some money on the wonderful, lovely G Fuel. This is golden apple pear. It tastes like pear drops. If you've never had pear drops, they are wonderful. And then get this, code ACE, yeah? Now, of course, finally the quarterfinals are underway. We had quarterfinal 1 last week. This week is quarterfinal 2. But before we get into the action today, let's just remind ourselves how we got here. Let's have a look at those all-important brackets. Last week, in what has to be considered an absolute upset, we saw Toxtricity move on to the semi-finals over Corviknight, taking down Corviknight. I don't think any of us expected Toxtricity to be able to take down the absolute behemoth with that pressure ability in the form of Corviknight, but Toxtricity moves on to the semi-finals. Today we find out a second semi-finalist as Grimmsnarl takes on Orbeetle. So here we go, it's Grimmsnarl and Orbeetle. This is going to be an absolute brawl between these Pokemon. Of course, Grimmsnarl does have some decent attack power behind it, which of course Orbeetle needs to watch out for. But of course, don't count Orbeetle out. I think, we didn't expect Orbeetle to beat Coalossal, but it certainly had some tricks up its sleeve. Here we see regular Grimmsnarl starting things off with Power Swap, which is actually a waste of a turn because there's been no stat changes yet. So good job there, mate. Very well done, very well done. Over to Shiny Grimmsnarl. Of course, the Prankster ability is going to allow both these Grimmsnarl to move before the Orbeetle team. Here's Baby Doll Eyes from Shiny Grimmsnarl onto the Shiny Orbeetle. It's lucky that Grimmsnarl went second, because otherwise that Power Swap would have been very, very bad. Here's a Boom Burst from Shiny Orbeetle to start things off for its team. Gonna hit its partner though, because of course they don't have their hidden ability, which is Telepathy. I think that's their hidden ability. Pretty sure they have Swarm, of course. Here's Metal Burst, that is going to fail, but decent damage on those two Grimmsnarl to start things off. So Grimmsnarl not in the best of positions right now. Orbeetle showing it can deal some decent damage. Regular Grimmsnarl, I should say, is going to go for Volt Tackle, which should do a great chunk of damage because of the physical prowess of that Grimmsnarl. Does get the paralysis as well on Shiny Orbeetle, and of course a little bit of recoil damage for Grimmsnarl there as well. Shiny Grimmsnarl though is going to come in and go for a Dragon Rush, but it is avoided by Shiny Orbeetle. Of course, Dragon Rush is like 75 accuracy, so bit of a gamble. Here's a Brutal Swing though, which will be resisted by both the Grimmsnarl, but will be super effective on Shiny Orbeetle, bringing Shiny Orbeetle down to less than half its max HP, so not the best play right there. The Orbeetle team struggling a little bit right now. Shiny Orbeetle going to go for Gravity. I guess we'll see later on in the battle if that will come into effect or if it just was a completely wasted turn. Guess we'll find out, basically. Now over to, well, the Grimmsnarl team is going to start things off again because of that wonderful Prankster ability. Shiny Grimmsnarl starting things off for its team. Going to go for Icicle Crash onto which of the Orbeetle there? It's going to be on the regular Orbeetle there for a great chunk of damage. So now both Orbeetle are down to less than half their max HP. The Grimmsnarl team very much in control right now. We see Sticky Web coming out from the regular Grimmsnarl there. Drop that Sticky Web down at the feet of the two Orbeetle. Although a bit of a waste of time because, oh, there's a flinch on the Shiny Orbeetle, sorry, on the regular Orbeetle, and the paralysis taking effect on the Shiny Orbeetle. Of course, the Sticky Web's not going to come into effect because there's no switching in or out. Regular Grimmsnarl going to start the next turn off, though. Going to go for Sacred Sword, which will be resisted, 4 times resisted by the regular Orbeetle there, so not a great deal of damage at all, but was a critical hit for what it's worth. Now it's over to the Shiny Grimmsnarl, getting itself prepared, and what's on its mind now? Going to go for Sandstorm, so everyone's going to get buffeted at the end of the turn. Nobody in this battle is immune to the Sandstorm damage, so that is going to slowly chip away at the Grimmsnarl themselves, but also remember that the Orbeetle both have less HP, which means they're going to succumb to the Sandstorm sooner. We see regular Orbeetle is going to get ready for a Skull Bash, so it's going to tuck in its head, raise its defense by 1 stage, and then attack on the next turn. Over to Shiny Orbeetle, what will it do here? While its partner's getting ready, goes for Giga Impact. Of course, Orbeetle doesn't have a great physical attack stat, and it's at -1 attack at the moment, so not a great deal of damage at all on that Shiny Grimmsnarl, but it's an attempt nonetheless. Does mean it's going to have to recharge next turn, and as we see, everybody taking a little tiny bit of Sandstorm damage just to finish off that wonderful turn, and that's going to happen at the end of every turn for the next 4 remaining turns, I believe. So here we go with the Grimmsnarl team. Once again, I'm going to start things off They're really in control at the moment, though, are the Grimmsnarl team. Shiny Grimmsnarl is going to go Shadow Claw, which will be super effective and is a physical hit on that shiny Orbeetle, taking it completely out of contention. It's not going to need to recharge from the Giga Impact on this turn because it's gone. It's out of there. And now we see the regular Grimmsnarl going to follow up with a Smackdown, which again, super effective Rock-type move now, which is going to do a huge amount of damage to that regular Orbeetle. It just survives, but of course it is under Sandstorm. Here comes that Skull Bash it was preparing. Decent amount of damage there to that shiny Grimmsnarl, but not enough to take it down. The Sandstorm damage on the Orbeetle has put it basically in range of basically one Sandstorm hit. So if it doesn't make a smart decision this turn, it's going to go down to the Sandstorm, which is not good. And that will be 1-0 to Grimmsnarl if that is the case. Regular Grimmsnarl is going to go for Tearful Look onto that Orbeetle, so it is going to lower its attack and special attack, I believe. This is where I get Tearful Look wrong. We drop the attack, drop the special attack. Never doubt yourself, Liam. Never doubt yourself. You got that right. Pat on the back, mate. Well done, mate. We see Shiny Grimmsnarl going for Waterfall. It's not going to go down to Sandstorm damage. Absolutely no escape for Orbeetle. Down it goes. And the first fall goes to Grimmsnarl. Of course, we are going to go to 3 battles as always, so it's just a case of, will Orbeetle be able to equalize? Will it be able to equalize and then move on and get a second victory and then go on to the semi-finals? Or is it going to be a case of Grimmsnarl getting an absolute clean sweep? 3-0. We haven't had many clean sweeps. I think we've only had Heat 2, which was... Oh, we see Astonish starting off from that shiny Grimmsnarl, just on that note, which is going to be super effective on Orbeetle. It was Frosmoth and Corviknight was the first. Yeah, Corviknight got a 3-0 over Frosmoth. That's the only Pride round we've had. We see Outrage coming out from the regular Grimmsnarl there. Going to lock itself into Outrage, which does massive damage, of course. On that shiny Orbeetle there. It's going to be locked into that for a couple of turns. Shiny Orbeetle is going to respond with a triple kick, which is neutral damage. Not going to do a great deal, though, because she's not much of a physical attacker. The Orbeetle team really needs something like a status condition or something to really start chipping away at these Grimmsnarl. Maybe a Toxic or something like that. We see Ice Shard coming out from the regular Orbeetle there onto the shiny Grimmsnarl. I mean, looking at the amount of damage that Grimmsnarl is able to put out, I would not be surprised if we do get our second ever 3-0 MetroMania victory with the new format. We see a Baton Pass that is going to fail from the shiny Grimmsnarl there. Now we see the shiny Orbeetle gearing up, getting ready, going for Hurricane, and it is going to land, which is very lucky there on that shiny Grimmsnarl. Decent amount of damage, doesn't get the Confuse though, and now it's over to regular Orbeetle to follow up on that. It's going to go for Rain Dance, which would have made that, it would have made the Hurricane from before 100% accurate, but hey, you've got the rain up now, and that's always... Well, I'm going to say it's always... Oh, dear. My voice, then. Good lord, my sincere apologies. Oh, huge damage from that Outrage on that shiny Orbeetle there. I was going to say the rain could be good for the Orbeetle. It could be good for the Grimmsnarl, though. That's the danger when you set up these weather conditions. I guess at least it lowers the power of Fire-type moves, which does protect the Orbeetle somewhat. Let's go with that. Here's Quiver Dance from shiny Grimmsnarl, though, which is going to raise its special attack, its special defense, and its speed, I believe. Yep, each one stage. There you go with that Quiver Dance. Here we see the regular Grimmsnarl, who is going to hit itself in Confusion. Never a great idea. Now the Orbeetle team, get ready, get geared up for their moves. Shiny Orbeetle is going to go for Muddy Water in the rain, so there we go. It is going to benefit Orbeetle. My word. So Muddy Water going to be powered up by that rain. It didn't do a great deal of damage to the Grimmsnarl team, but it did drop the accuracy of the regular Grimmsnarl there. But it did bring them both down to less than half their max HP. And here's the regular Orbeetle going for Water Spout. So they absolutely, what a strategy right there. So it's going to do a great chunk of damage there. Regular Grimmsnarl, as you can hear there, is in the danger zone right now. It's in a very difficult position. And the Orbeetle team seem to have turned things around in this battle at least. Although, of course, shiny Orbeetle isn't in the best of health right now. Here's Solar Beam. So shiny Grimmsnarl is going to absorb light on this turn and then use the full power Solar Beam, which is going to be resisted by the Orbeetle team because they're both bug types. Regular Grimmsnarl is going to ignore its Confusion. And what's it going to go for? It's going to go for Dual Chop onto which of the Orbeetle? Onto the regular Orbeetle there for 2 little bits of chip damage there. Not a great deal of damage to Orbeetle though. Orbeetle still very much in a good position at the moment. Here's that regular Orbeetle going to go for Spite and reduce the amount of PP for Metronome by, I believe, it's normally by 4, isn't it, for Spite? It is by 4 in this instance. I'm not sure if it's always 4, but 4 is in my mind. Let me know in the comments. You will anyway. Here's Tickle from the shiny Orbeetle. Going to drop the attack and special attack of of that regular Grimmsnarl there. Take a little bit of its power away. Sorry, attack and defense, not attack and special attack. Before, I know you're halfway through your comment. It's fine. Don't you worry. What's going to happen in this battle? We've got regular Grimmsnarl starting this next turn off. Is going to hit itself in confusion, and it is enough to knock itself out. So we're down to 1 Grimmsnarl versus 2 Orbeetle. Here's that Solar Beam, which, as I said before, is going to be resisted. But will it be? It's not going to be on the right Orbeetle, so it's not going to be powerful enough to take any of these Orbeetle out. It may have had a chance on the shiny Orbeetle, or they're maybe not quite strong enough. Regular Orbeetle going to go for Play Rough. That will be super effective on the Dark-type Grimmsnarl there, taking it down, and it is 1-0 to Orbeetle. So now we have to ask the question, now that it's 1 apiece, is Orbeetle going to turn things around and continue on to the semi-finals, or is Grimmsnarl going to dominate and absolutely charge its way? We don't know who's going to the semi-finals. The only thing we know now is that it's not going to be a 3-0, as I was sort of, what's the word? What's the word? What word am I looking for? You know what word I'm looking for. Here's Acrobatics, which will be super effective and no item in place, so it's going to do huge damage from Shiny Grimmsnarl onto regular Orbeetle there. Speculate! That's the word! Thank God! There we go. And here's a power swap. Freaking this Grimmsnarl loves the power swap. Loves the power swap so much. All the stat changes between attack and special attack, which haven't happened, have been swapped. Great job. So here's Shiny Orbeetle, who is going to go for Mystical Fire onto which of the Grimmsnarl there? Onto the regular Grimmsnarl. Is going to drop its special attack by 1 stage as well. So not a bad play there. Try and take some of the power out of the Grimmsnarl team. Regular Orbeetle's going to go for Flatter, so that is going to raise that Grimmsnarl's special attack back up by 1 stage, so back up to normal, but it is going to confuse it as well. And that Grimmsnarl has had difficulty with confusion in the previous round. Maybe that'll pay off for the Orbeetle team as they go through this battle, although they're in a very difficult position with one of their Pokemon having just like a third of its HP remaining. Regular Grimmsnarl is going to ignore that confusion, though, is going to get geared up with that Metronome. What's it going to go for? Going to go for Frost Breath, but it is avoided by Shiny Orbeetle, so over to Shiny Grimmsnarl to try and follow up. What will it do here? Going to go for Thunder Punch onto which of the Orbeetle there? Onto the regular Orbeetle, and it's a great deal of damage, puts it right in the danger zone, right on the precipice, and now it's over to Shiny Orbeetle, who's going to go for Thunder Wave and paralyze which of these? It's the regular Grimmsnarl. It's going to paralyze that Grimmsnarl and try and make it so that Grimmsnarl can't land moves, you know? If it can't move, it can't move, you know what I mean? That's very self-explanatory. Over to the regular Orbeetle, who's going to go for a nice neutral low kick on that regular Grimmsnarl there. Doesn't get the speed drop that sometimes comes with low kick. Oh no, I'm thinking a low sweep. Never mind. Ignore me. Low kick. Shiny Grimmsnarl. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for Wish and hope, you know, that its HP will get restored in about a turn's time. So very, very smart play there. Very good play for longevity there. That's a great job by the Shiny Grimmsnarl. Regular Grimmsnarl is going to get ready as well, and it's going to go for Gunk Shot. Of course, it's ignoring that paralysis. Goes for the Gunk Shot. That will do a good chunk of damage there to that Shiny Orbeetle. Does it get the poison? It does not get the poison, which is very lucky for Orbeetle. Shiny Orbeetle, though, firing back with Soft Boiled, so it's going to restore its HP back up to maximum. Not a terrible play your partner could do with using a move like that, to be honest, because it's in a very difficult position right now. What will the regular Orbeetle do, though, now that it's, you know, it's got its time on the field numbered, limited at least? Super effective Venoshock onto the Shiny Grimmsnarl there. Great chunk of damage. Good third of that Grimmsnarl's HP there, taken away by that Venoshock. The Orbeetle team certainly trying to turn things around in the final round of this MetroMania quarter-final. We see Shadow Sneak, which will be super effective from Shiny Grimmsnarl, and it's a physical attack on that the regular Orbeetle, taking it out of the competition. It's Shiny Orbeetle versus 2 Grimmsnarl right now, which is a difficult position to be in, but it's not impossible. We've seen stranger things happen in these Metromanias. A super effective bite, though, from regular Grimmsnarl onto that Shiny Orbeetle for a huge chunk of damage. What's Orbeetle flinches, cannot respond. That is not good for Orbeetle, and there's the Wish coming true, putting Shiny Grimmsnarl back up to full HP. So Orbeetle in a very dangerous situation right here. Is the writing on the wall, or can it be turned around? Shiny Grimmsnarl is going to let us know right now. It's going to go for Tea Time, which is going to fail because no one's holding a berry, so that's very unfortunate. Regular Grimmsnarl is paralyzed and cannot move. This is the opening that Orbeetle needs. This is a very important moment for Orbeetle. It goes for Perish Song, although I don't know if that's a good idea, because Perish Song, the slowest Pokemon is the one that faints last, and the Pokemon that faints last is the Pokemon that wins. And even though Grimmsnarl are moving first because of Prankster, I think they're slower than Orbeetle. So I'm not sure that's the smartest way, but I guess we'll find out at the end of 3 turns. Here's the Grimmsnarl, though. Shiny Grimmsnarl going for Flamethrower, though. That is super effective. Maybe it won't take 3 turns. because Orbeetle is gone. Orbeetle goes down. Grimmsnarl moves on to the semi-finals. It will face Toxtricity in a couple of weeks' time. My word, what a set of battles. That was absolutely incredible. Well done to both teams. Whoa, Grimmsnarl just showing just how dominant it can really be. Give it up for Orbeetle though, because Orbeetle in that second round, setting up the rain, using Muddy Water, using Water Spout, it had strategies there, but it just couldn't hold a candle to the raw physical power of Grimmsnarl. So Grimmsnarl moves on to the semi-finals to face Toxtricity, but also there's another semi-final bracket that needs to be filled, and we're going to find out the first Pokemon to be in that bracket next week as Alcremie takes on Appletun. And that's where I'll leave this episode of MetroMania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Please share the series with all your friends. If you want to support the channel like these wonderful people down here do, you can pledge to my Patreon, patreon.com/AceTrainLiam, and save money on G Fuel. Use code ACE. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.